So I think we are setting it up and yes, we are live.
Cool. So hi everybody. After some late technical hiccups, we're ready to start with the live studio today. My name is Silla Sepp. I serve as the community lead at MyData Global, and I'm also the program lead for this year's MyData Online 2020 conference taking place on 10 to 12 of December this year. And today I'm here to share a little bit more about the program with you. The conference will be organized virtually this year with the theme of radical collaboration for designing the new normal. And for those who are new to MyData Global is a non-profit organization whose vision is a fair, sustainable, and prosperous digital society. It is a society in which people have the agency to control data about themselves and use this personal data for their own benefit. One of the activities of the organization is also to bring the thinkers and doers of human-centric personal data together at conferences. And today we're glad to announce the call for proposals for the program of the conference in December. Today in this short briefing, I will answer some of the frequently asked questions. And I have here also Ansku Tuomainen, MyData Global's communications lead, to help us navigate through these points.
Yeah, so hi there everyone, and I'm Ansku and I'm here quite far up in the north. And I'm super happy to be able to do this interview with Sille about the call for proposals, even in such remote way. So we have some impressive information for you today. So let's begin. So Sille, why are we doing the conference in the first place?
Yeah, so the why question and starting from the why question is really important, as we don't want to create yet another conference for the sake of it. So we've discussed about this with the MyData community and debated also with the project team and resulted that yes, MyData conference is needed this year, and especially for those three reasons. We want to connect communities in the time of exciting developments on one hand and hardship on the other hand. This is the time when to come together, hear each other's stories and learn from another. Secondly, different aspects about human-centric approach to personal data has been developing now for many years, from legal frameworks, technologies, business models, and so forth. And that work has been strongly facilitated by MyData. And we want to continue to share the relevant thought leadership, and not just, but also to advance it in order to influence policies, accelerate different developments towards this direction. And thirdly, this conference gives the possibility to learn as well as collaborate with high-level presenters and passionate change makers. It provides the community the venue where to ask tough questions and find answers to them, and collectively seek for better ways to accelerate change to a better future. And an online conference provides an excellent opportunity for that.
Cool, very excited for that. As the conference will be the fifth in a row, what's new this year?
All right. So the first thing, of course, is that we're meeting online, as previous conferences have always been physical in Finland. This will be a great opportunity to expand our reach and be even more inclusive than in the past conferences. Secondly, we will focus strongly on collaboration and take this as a guiding principle for program curation. And this brings me to my third point. In order to collaborate, we need to understand each other. And what is a better way than telling stories that are designed so that they engage the audience and inspire them to act. And finally, we opened the call for proposals for full sessions compared to last year's when we've had a call for individual submissions.
Sille, you mentioned that you will focus this year on storytelling. Why so?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we want to accelerate change. This means disrupting the current ways of personal data management and how people accept that, and finding ways to adopt more ethical, fair, and trustworthy business models, legal frameworks, infrastructures, etc. And to find that, we need to collaborate, and understandable and inspiring storytelling can foster that. So it's not only about providing data or dry facts for making our point clear, but also about how we translate these ideas into understandable narratives. And as this conference is about human-centric approach to personal data, we have this big narrative of MyData where we meet. So with that, we ask all program submitters to describe what is their story about human-centric approach to personal data, what are the main concepts that are used in that story, and how does it relate to MyData?
Okay, can you tell us more about the new approach of call for proposals for full sessions?
Sure. So we asked the submitters to design a proposal for a full session of 90 minutes. We asked them to define what is the goal of the session, how are they going to meet it with the chosen format, who will be part of it, and what is the story that they will tell during the conference. It's also worth to mention that we might accept proposals in its original form, while we might also recommend some changes to strengthen the session later on during the creation phase. All accepted proposals will also be supported by a dedicated program team member to ensure continuity and coherence of the overall program. So already in the creation phase, we expect to build a great collaboration together with the program submitters.
That sounds really exciting. So for our listeners and watchers, if a person has only an idea they'd like to share, but no further plans yet how to build this into a session, what should they do?
That's a very good question. We definitely recommend you to join MyData Global's Slack workspace and the conference program channel there. We have a community of more than 2,000 people there with multiple focused discussion groups. And I'm sure that great ideas will find its partners with whom to put together a full session submission.
So what makes a good proposal?
We've thought about it and also provided on the website a full checklist to guide all submitters to develop a great proposal that consists of things like having identified the goal, the format, level of content detail, etc., but also using the conference design principles as guidance for the session development. And most of all, giving concrete cues for building the conference story.
Do the submitters need to confirm all details like the presenters and formats for the CFP?
Not really. There's room to change some of the details and confirm the full lineup, for example, also later during the curation period. This said, providing a more elaborated proposal, concrete lineup with presenters and session hosts, and the plan for the implementation of the session can help distinguish your proposal from other similar proposals. And what we definitely want to see in the proposal is a well elaborated proposal to understand what would you like to get out of the session.
All right. So please tell us about the practicalities of the conference. How many days and how many sessions will the conference have?
Mhm. So we have 3 days, and more or less we have 12 sessions per day.
As people will be in different time zones, how will you make the work? How will you make that work for people around the world?
Mhm. We want to be and organize a global conference, as global as possible, and with that we aim to cover as many time zones as possible, and have designed the program to run over 16 hours at each day. This means that we have a Asia Pacific program zone starting at 2 p.m. Tokyo time, moving on to Europe and Africa program zone starting at 2 p.m. London time, and the Americas program zone starting at 2 p.m. San Francisco time. And of course, everybody is welcome to attend all program at any given time. We just want to make sure that there is possible to follow some of the program also on a more comfortable timing of the day.
Hmm. And how long is one session?
By default, it will be 90 minutes for a breakout session.
And how many people can be expected to join the conference and the sessions?
Again, as we want to organize as an inclusive conference as possible, and expect to have approximately 1,000 people to attend the conference, then with that you could imagine of having hundreds of participants in your session. Or you could define also in the proposal or a session description that the smaller group will be available to attend the session, to provide more meaningful opportunities to discuss and workshop together.
Hmm. And what about the timeline? When will you announce the program?
Mm-hmm. So the CFP call for proposals opens today. It will last or stay open until 6th of September. Then we will announce the results by 18th of September and launch the program in the beginning of October on the 7th of October.
Amazing. So I think there's a lot more information to share. How could you tell that how people can learn more about the call for proposals?
Indeed, there's so many questions that we've thought about that didn't get an answer today, but and probably more questions arose for you. So we've tried to provide all relevant information on our website. So I welcome everybody to carefully read through the information there. And furthermore, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us via conference@mydata.org. And even better, join the Slack workspace where we can collectively support each other in putting together a great program for this year's conference.
Thanks so much, Sidle. So can you, last but not least, tell what to do next?
Right. So a few points. Please take out your calendars, mark the dates 10 to 12 of December to attend the conference. Then to read through the call for proposals website carefully for all the information there as a second point. When you're thinking about putting together a proposal, start by defining what you want to get out from the conference session. This helps you to define the conference story and how would you design the session. And we give some tips also on the website for that. Fourthly, submit your proposal latest by beginning of September. So the end of the summer is still good time to think about the proposal, and think about who you'd want to see on the conference. So as the fifth point, please share the call for proposals with them so they know to submit the proposal. And yeah, for all any other updates, please follow our social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, website for updates, and why not to also share this live studio post also with your colleagues later on. So with that, I think we've done for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will look forward to start receiving your MyData Online 2020 conference stories. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Sille.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay.